And so I think that completely refutes the notion that Harari presents in, although our essence might not necessarily be a story. I mean, we are immersed in story, and that's how we conceptualize life. And so we need to absorb these stories, and then they become a part of you in a sense, right? So, I mean, when you're a kid growing up and you watch Luke Skywalker, you watch Indiana Jones, you watch The Lion King, Simba, you can on some level identify with these fictional characters and then not necessarily be them, right? But if you look at somebody that is expressing high morals or they're virtuous and you say, "Oh, I want to be like that." You know what? I'm gonna hold the door open for the old lady.
Mhm.
I'm gonna put her, give her a piggyback ride across the street, and stop oncoming traffic. You know what? It's it becomes a part of you in a sense like that. And just like if you watch horror movies all the time. You watch I don't know, you watch fight videos or whatever some violence. Again, these things which are stories, right? There's a beginning to the fight, a middle and an end to the fight.
Mhm.
You're absorbing that information and kind of the energy behind that. And I think that it becomes you. But nonetheless, whether it's good or bad, it's a story and and it has an effect on you. Um,
Yeah.
if we can, let's say going back to Harari describing the essence, a little after the next couple pages, you start talking about the soul and kind of the importance of the soul. Would that be then considered maybe the essence that he was referring to, which I highly doubt considering his nihilistic tendencies. Um, but could that be maybe an essence?
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, he's highly influenced by Buddhist teaching, even if he's got it kind of backwards or distorted. So, and then the soul is different things in different traditions. So he, I think he's talking about a spiritual experience of oneness. Like that's fair. And I think lots of people have experienced that. And it's a subjective experience of the present moment. So since it doesn't have extension in time, you could make the argument that it's not a story. Now you're always going to refer back to it and think about it. As long as you're outside of it, you'll think about it as a story, as a place that you were, a thing that you experienced, a truth that you need to spread, a place that other people need to get to, whatever it is. So so I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt that he experienced something real, but that kind of goes back to the one of our points last time, and one of the uh, points to Christianity is that even what I think it's John, maybe Paul, but in the New Testament it says, even the demons know that God is one. Demons are well aware of the oneness behind things. So just because someone says, "Oh, there's a great oneness," or "I know about the oneness," or whatever it is, doesn't necessarily mean that they are uh, on the path of salvation. Um, so that ties into the pre-lust issue that we were talking about last time, the bad spiritual experiences. So there are people, I mean, just case in point, her, I really don't. We're picking on him quite a bit, but he sort of
Hmm.
lays it out there and has a bestseller. So
Yeah.
I think he's deserved at this point. But he makes this case of, well, meditate and open your heart chakra essentially, and yeah, which by the way is a story. Um,
Hmm.
and then you'll experience the great thing and this, that, and the other. But then also human beings have no rights, and Everyone's an annoying hunter-gatherer who can't really understand complex things, and we need more education. And uh, basically, nationalists are ruining the world because they won't accept a one world government, and they ruined Hillary Clinton's election because they're all Pizzagate wackos, and it's just like, okay, like, maybe go meditate some more, or not, because I don't know if it's helping, but just yeah, I mean, just the fact that you've had a profound spiritual experience is wonderful, and like, hey, keep at it. But that doesn't mean that everything you then pontificate on is pure gold, which, hey, that applies to me too. So, it goes all around. But gosh, it's just hard to deal with that much conflicting nonsense and a book that says everything's meaningless and we shouldn't care about stuff, and but then we should do all these social programs because whatever reason. And so anyhow,
Yeah,
that's Harari.
that's all right. Those are good friend